We're here at Sonic Fun 2021. So good to be back at an air show. I know I'm saying this on every video, but I'm that excited about it, believe me. And I think a lot of other people are too. I'm Dan Johnson talking to Galen Geigley about Powrachute. Yep. And I started out saying, you had quite a good year last year, and I know that because the ones that have to have N number registration, which I think is most of your product line, yep, showing up on the registrations is pretty darn good. Mm-hmm. Now, I remember a day when powered parachutes just were like half of all the aircraft sold here in Paradise City, and that's changed now. The industry has matured, and when that happens, usually the best players are left standing, and I think I'm talking to one. So tell me how things have been going, Galen.
Yeah, last year obviously was a different year for everyone.
Of course.
With all the shutdowns in Michigan where we manufacture these, had some heavy shutdowns and things of that nature. But fortunately, we were diversified enough. We make other things for other parts of the industry like the food industry so we could continue to operate. And then sales-wise...
When you say that, you're referring to your machine shop operation.
Yeah, all the machining.
All of this stuff gets made there, but you can do other things for people too.
Right.
Great.
Correct. So yeah, and then overall sales, obviously in March, April, and May when everything was new, everything was shut down, we slowed down significantly. After that point, it just was booming.
Is that right?
Oh,
yeah. Really going to? They're just calling you all the time here. I can hear your phone going off in your pocket. So
yeah, it's been. We're very fortunate to be very busy.
That's great. That's really great. I like anything that flies is good, and I think most people feel that way even if they don't fly other things.
Yeah.
But today, how does the market go for powered parachutes and the training in them, which is one thing people always ask. I've been intrigued by these a long time, but they're really pretty different. How do I get the right kind of instruction? What do you tell people about that availability? You don't have to name specific names, but can you get powered parachute instruction these days?
Oh yeah. Okay. So we have dealers all around the U.S., and just go to our website and look up the dealer list, and they'll all offer training.
Oh, they all do.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So
is that a requirement? Because that's a little unusual.
It is a requirement for our dealers to be able to offer training, whether they do it personally or they have somebody on staff that does it for them.
They can arrange something else if they prefer not to do it themselves.
You can't sell a plane and leave them hanging.
Yeah, no, that's great. I always tell people that, they say, look, you can't buy it from any responsible party and they'll just hand you the thing and walk away.
Right.
And you won't do that either.
No.
Now, mentioning doing stuff for some other people, there's one other guy that I know you do a lot for, and that's the guys at Evolution Trikes, and you make a lot of their parts for them, do you not?
Correct.
So you're kind of busy in more than just making your own rigs.
Yeah, we like to make anything in aviation. We like to make the parts and pieces, and that's our strength, is all the machine work and everything that goes into these in this style, brackets and tubing and bending and powder coating in-house. We do everything.
Oh, is that right? You do even the powder coating you do in-house?
In-house.
Wow, that's great. I mean, I knew you were quite capable, but I didn't know that particular fact. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. So do you have a number on how many total parachutes there are flying? Now, you weren't the originator of that design, of that company name anyway, but if you included all the ones that have that brand on it, including your own, what would you guess?
Yeah, Bill Amick started the company in 99.
I forgot his name, but that's
Bill
great.
Amick's in 1999, and then when we took over in 2005, we've been going ever since. But overall, from inception till now, we've built well over 2,000 aircraft.
And that's just under your operation?
Correct.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a lot. So if some people
in the
say,
U.S., there's probably close to 8,000, roughly,
right?
Powered parachutes.
Wow.
7,000 to 8,000, I would say.
A lot of people say, well, but I never see them in the air. And that may be true. Why would that be?
Location plays a big factor. A lot of times they're grouped up in different locations because my buddy has one and then he gets one, and then they're kind of condensed in a certain area. So
you make like little clubs sort of thing. Maybe not officially, but effectively.
So, out in the country, farms, all that.
But they can do it from anywhere. That's kind of what I was getting at. You got these nice big tires on it. It's a sturdy carriage. You don't need a runway.
Right.
You don't really even want a runway, do you?
No, not really. I'd rather fly out of my backyard.
And to some people, like a guy who flies let's say a Cirrus or something with tight wheel pants, you go, no way, I don't even want to land on a runway that's turf, much less your backyard. But you have no problem with that.
No problem. Yeah, these do great in rough field operations, grass, dirt. A lot of people fly out west out of the dirt. So
And you're using this is a 914 on here?
This is a 912.
912, okay.
But we paint the
I see the carburetors, okay.
Yeah, we paint the
Oh,
valve covers
to match
the planes. So
You've been
it
very color
confuses
coordinated
people.
for a long time. That's what threw me, all right.
Right,
But
yeah.
then I saw the carburetors.
Yeah.
So with an aircraft like this has the 100 horse on it then?
Correct.
Okay, and it's obviously a training capable aircraft. I see that's a second throttle, is it
Yeah,
not?
we had the handle off of it now, but we offer full dual controls.
Full dual controls,
Yep.
okay. Okay, there's two of you in here. Let's say two average guys. Let's say a couple of 200 pounders.
Yep.
That should cover most situations. What kind of takeoff roll would you have with this particular rig?
Depending on your headwind, obviously that plays a
Of course.
factor.
Let's say in calm winds then. Let's get the wind out of it.
Calm winds, you're going to be 200 to 300 feet.
Okay, real short then. So
Yep.
really maybe not my backyard, but a lot of people's backyards.
Obviously, you
almost
don't want obstacles at the
Sure,
end like
sure.
power lines and trees.
Don't make foolish decisions, folks, based
Right.
on that comment. But it's a short takeoff and landing thing.
Very.
Well, that's a short takeoff. The landing's even shorter, is it not?
Yeah, 50 feet.
50 feet.
Yeah.
So when I first flew these several years ago, my very first experience, I went, this is like better than a helicopter for visibility and seeing the countryside around you.
Mm-hmm.
And who wants to go fast when you're checking out the
Oh,
countryside?
yeah, it's like your lazy boy with a panoramic view of the world around you. It's nothing like it.
And what kind of speeds do you fly?
35 to 37.
And is that two place, single place, or either way?
Two place.
Okay.
The single place are a little slower, about
Okay.
32.
And when you fly two place, do you have the same canopy you do as on a single
No.
place? What's the
So
difference?
canopy size is determined by how much your payload is. So
But
larger
is there
canopies.
a lot of different sizes, or is there a few
there's
different sizes?
Just three different
Three.
sizes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so they'll
400.
cover, one of them be like a single place
Yep.
operation, and then you've got ones that are for
Smaller
heavy,
two place.
too big.
Yeah.
Okay. And so do that in square feet for me.
400 square feet
For the single?
roughly for the singles, 360 to 400, and then you have 500 to 550 for the two place.
Oh, okay. All right. So actually quite a bit of difference then in square area.
Yeah.
And people hear that and go, well, that's a lot bigger than a wing on a fixed wing. Well, yes, it is, but it's a different
It's a
kind of-
different airfoil. It's a ram air wing, just like the parachuters that jump out. So we pressurize the wing, which gives it a rigid airfoil shape. And so our canopies, like on this particular aircraft, will carry well over 700 pounds payload
Is that right?
on top of what the plane weighs.
Wow. Okay. So, folks, there's some of you that have contacted me and said, I need an airplane with more payload. Well,
Yeah.
maybe this wasn't what you were looking for in the first place, but maybe you should be looking this way because I'm telling you, you got to have a fairly calm day, I understand, at least for a novice pilot.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of those. Mornings and
Mornings
evenings are
and
great
evenings,
for these things.
10
And I'm
mile
telling
per
you,
hour or
visibility
less.
is just amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
very good. What's been the activity on single place versions? Are you selling any of those?
No, not many.
Yeah.
I sold one earlier this year, but people want to take their friends and
Sure.
family with them and
Or
experience
something
it.
with
Yeah.
them anyway.
Yep. So not as popular on the single place.
Now, I know the answer, but maybe some don't. Are you approved as an SLSA, a Special Light Sport Aircraft?
Yes, we are.
I thought so.
The
And
Pegasus and the AirWolf model are both SLSA.
okay, so that means you can do full for hire training. Well, those people that are qualified can
Yep.
do for hire training in them.
Correct.
No problem, perfectly legal.
Yep.
And then you get proper training. And the training cycle is quite a bit shorter on powered parachutes. is
10
it not?
hours of instruction, 2 hours solo, so you have a small instruction window there. Then you written test and a check ride. So it's the easiest license to get.
So if you're pretty apt, if you kind of get it soon, everybody learns differently, and I respect that. Some people may need a little bit more, but you could, if you got it down pretty quick, you could be done in 12 hours of instruction,
Yeah.
plus a written test. And,
Most
and a check
solo in
ride.
4 to 6 hours, they'll solo.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's
Now,
very easy.
so tell me how that goes then. Where does it's a tandem seating, and some people who only ever learned it
PIC.
side by side go, well,
Yeah.
but who sits where?
Yeah. So the PIC, pilot in command, sits up front,
Okay.
and then the instructor would sit in the back. So
Okay.
we set the center of gravity up for the pilot weight. After that, it don't matter if you have a passenger. or
And you
not.
do that
It
up
falls-
here on this adjustment.
Correct.
Which
The
is
chute
neatly
comes up from
numbered and
here.
everything, and you kind of know what the numbers are, how much you weigh,
Yep.
Okay, that one goes there. Is
Correct.
that about how it goes?
No, just the one up in the front. So all we need to know is the pilot's weight. This
oh,
falls
okay.
over the fuel.
Oh, sure,
fuel
that's right
tank.
online then.
Yeah. So
On
it
the
don't
CT.
matter if we have anybody with us; it stays the same.
Okay, so it's all based on the front seat occupant.
Correct.
Okay, so now you've flown with the student, say 3 hours, and you go, wow, this person's really getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
If
change
he's-
positions?
No, if he's comfortable and the instructor's comfortable, then the instructor jumps out and he solos.
All right.
No different. Yeah.
Very good.
Don't even know he's behind him.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of good stuff. I've asked a few questions. Hopefully you've got some more folks that you want to ask Galen and his crew.
Yeah.
Where do we find you on the web so they can contact you, Galen?
Sure. Go to our website at powrachute.com, and it's spelled a little different. It's POWRACHUTE.com.
Yeah, not
More information.
Powrachute, but
Right.
Powrachute. There
Yep.
you go. They probably got it by now. So
Yep.
good
Yep.
stuff.
Send us an email. We're happy to answer any questions.
And you obviously you can support the products anywhere they are
Absolutely.
in the country or the world. Is that
we
right?
sell around the world.
Excellent.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff here. Powered parachutes are genuinely more fun than you may know if you're not already flying one. So I'd urge you to go check one out. And Powrachute's the brand name that I know to direct you to. You can find more about this company and other companies and lots of affordable aviation on BuyDanJohnson.com. Thanks for joining Galen Geigley and myself here at Sun and Fun 2021.
Thanks, Dan.